Hey, everybody. Welcome back. And as you read in the title, we are talking about postpartum depression. Y'all hear Iceman? It's a subject that needs to be talked about more and more. I feel like it kind of gets skated over, or it's one of those like, oh, it's not going to happen to me, because everybody thinks, oh, you just got to have the birth, and when you have them, it's going to be goo-goos and gagas and love and just happiness, and it's some of that, but the depression is real. Now, I personally didn't have it, but I borderline almost had it, to the point of my OB prescribing medication. No, I did not take it. I'll explain why later, but yeah. Women, let's just talk about it. Like, having a kid is freaking a job. Like, having physically the labor, the birth, and welcoming yourself to parenthood, especially for my fellow new parents. And it's even harder for those that have kids already. And if it's not, kudos to you. You're one of the lucky ones. I wish. But it's okay, because it's truly a transition. You literally have done a complete 180. At one point, it was either just you and your significant other, and it goes from that to you taking care of a whole human being. Like, it's different. I had help. My mother came and offered to stay with us for 2 months to help the transition into parenthood be a little bit easier, but just because I had help didn't make it any easier. I say that because I don't know about everyone else, but for me, I kind of felt guilty for accepting any help or asking for any help, because that's my child. Like, I asked for it, I made that baby, and if he needs anything, then I should be the one doing it, or his father should be the one doing it. And allowing somebody else to do that, I kept like beating myself up about it. Like, I felt like maybe I was being lazy or something. But no, it's okay. And that help is much appreciated and needed. My OB had to tell me he had just had twins, and he even more so had that guilt factor where he felt like the only person that should be taking care of his kids is him and his wife. But you need rest. This is a shock to your system, especially when you're new parents. And lack of sleep, anxiety, all this newness, and how demanding a newborn is, like, it's a lot. So for me, I had postpartum anxiety, borderline postpartum depression, and postpartum edema. I'll talk about all of them. So I'll do the edema first, because that's what hit me hard too. Because I got Pitocin, because I got induced, all those extra fluids they give you, sometimes when you get home, your legs and feet swell up so bad. Like, for some reason, I couldn't really feel it. Oh, he's blowing bubbles. Sometimes your legs blow up and swell up so much. Like, I couldn't feel it, but when you look down, it looked like I was like a 400-pound person with cankles. Like, you could not see my ankles. My feet were so swollen. The only thing my feet would fit in is slides, and barely. And the only way I found out how to figure it out, I can't talk. I figured it out by Googling it, because it was late and I didn't know who to call. So I just Googled it, and it said that the best way to get rid of it was to relax, elevate your legs, and drink a bunch of water. Like, literally for 24 hours, don't do anything but rest, elevation, and drink water. And that's exactly what I did. And literally the next day, I could see my ankles again. I wasn't super swollen. My legs were so back to being somewhat tiny, or back to like just being pregnant lady legs or whatever. It wasn't super swollen to the point that it just looked like it hurt. So that was that I had to deal with. Then comes the anxiety. I'm a new mom. My awareness for him skyrocketed. Like, I was already a light sleeper. Ooh, baby. I became like, if a feather dropped, I feel like I would wake up. Like, he turned his head, if he sniffled, if he just sneezed, like, it instantly woke me up. My husband would be like, "You're tripping, go to bed." And I'll be like, it's easier said than done. You can be in the living room and I can hear him sneeze and it will wake me up instantly. And so by me being so aware of him, I had a lot of anxiety, with SIDS and everything, because for him, he will not sleep on his back at all. Even when he came out, like, he wakes up, the most I can get out of him is 30 minutes on his back. He does not like sleeping on his back. You know how he sleeps? On his stomach. And that gave me the world of anxiety for SIDS, because he could easily just lay on his face and suffocate himself. But we're doing good. He's 2 months. He'll be 3 on the 6th. 3 months on the 6th of December. So we make it work, because on his stomach, when he started sleeping like 4 hours on his stomach, put him on his back, you get like 30 minutes, 5, 10. So, and now as time has gotten better, he definitely sleeps longer. I get a good 6 hours at night. He's in bed by 11 p.m. and he wakes up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'm good with them 6 hours. I've learned to sleep on less hours in the military, but fatigue because of a newborn and having a kid, like going through labor and stuff, that's a whole nother level of tired. Whole nother level. But yeah. And then as far as the depression side, that came from nothing with him. Like, he makes my heart melt. Like, it wasn't anything like I wanted to harm him or I didn't want my baby, nothing like that. Like, love him to pieces. He's my everything aside of my husband and my dog Nala. Like, I love dogs. Are going crazy in the neighborhood because there's a truck outside. Anyway, nothing had to do with him. My depression came from, you set goals for yourself. I'm a very goal-oriented person, and I try to plan out everything. Of course, I know things may not go as planned, but typically I like to have things planned out before I do it. So the plan was to breastfeed, like solely breastfeed, no formula, and breastfeed for a year, and then after that, cut them off. That was my plan. Reality check, that's not at all what happened. Not even in the slightest. So out the goat, like after birth, I know they ask you, are you breastfeeding or are you formula? At that hospital, it seemed like if you said breastfeeding, okay, Iceman. They were not trying to give you anything else. They were like, okay, you're breastfeeding, that's all you're getting to do. And I literally had to check some of the nurses, because I get that I want to breastfeed, but your milk just doesn't immediately bust out of you just because you had a baby. It takes a couple of days for it to all rush in and develop for him. And even then, it's not immediately milk. It's called colostrum, and it's like a bunch of vitamins, and it's like yellow. I had a little bit of colostrum made that to the point where you massage your breast and you catch it in a syringe, and that's what we were doing in a hospital. I did not feel like that was enough for him because he was a little fussy besides when he was sleepy. So I told them, I will continue to massage and give him what is coming out, but I want him to eat. It's the reason why babies lose so much. It's not a whole lot, but they lose quite a bit of weight after they're born while you're in the hospital. Especially for us, we were there for 4 days. Because if you're breastfeeding and nothing has come out yet and your milk is not in, they're basically starving. If you're only breastfeeding and you don't have nothing really to give them, that 3 little milliliters was not enough. At least that's how I felt. So I had them bring me the itty bitty Similac formula bottles so that I could feel more comfortable that he has ate, like he is getting full and getting something. So, and then I would wean him off once we got home and my milk came in, because I did the Similac Advanced Pro. That's what they gave us in the hospital, so that's what I stuck with. And it's for mothers that are both breastfeeding and introducing the child to formula. So that worked for me. I'm realistic. I want my child to eat. I don't want to starve him. So I was fine with giving that to him. Well, the breast pump that they had me practice with to get the suction pulling to help the milk come in was too strong. And I end up getting what is called a friction blister on my left breast. It's so painful and it looks disgusting. And I went to my mom like, what is this? And she was like, I ain't never seen nothing like that. Once again, end up Googling it, finding pictures, finding research, and finding out what was going on with me and what to properly do. I end up just, putting a little bit of the nipple ointment on there. Are you crying, Iceman? You frustrated? Oh, what's wrong? What's wrong? You spit out your pacifier. And you gonna laugh. You're full of it. There you go. But yeah, so I had a friction blister and I end up just putting some nipple balm on it and taking a piece off of my aloe vera plant and putting that on it and letting it heal naturally. It took about 2 weeks, and because of that, my milk supply, when I should have been getting it up to help with the demand he had, it ended up going down. I think the most I ever produced, I only breastfed for a month because of what had happened. The first 2 weeks I was out. The next 2 weeks, the most I got was maybe 4 ounces, and that was like 3 in one breast and 1 in the other. And then by the end of the month, it actually reversed back to what it was in the hospital, and I was back to putting it in a syringe. The pump wasn't even pulling enough to put any in a bottle, and that was just depressing to me because in my mind, have baby, breastfeed, and I'm gonna do this for a year. He's gonna have all the naturalness and all the good vitamins that come with breast milk, and that's not what happened. You keep spitting it out when you over here laughing. Why? But it was a hard reality to accept. So that's what contributed to my borderline postpartum depression. And then I kind of like isolated myself. I told you all in the previous video, I had about 4 friends that we all were pregnant together. And by the time I had him, 3 of us had our kids. And I was the only one that wasn't breastfeeding. And they didn't do anything wrong. They were doing what their body allowed them to do and what is natural and what they could do for their children. And I don't know, it just made me feel like less of a mom because I couldn't breastfeed. Okay, he's not crying. He's just talking. But yeah, I felt like a failure as a mom because I couldn't breastfeed and I wanted him to have the most natural thing possible. I try to do a lot of organic things for the most part with a lot of things I do, and I just felt really bad that he was on formula solely at this point and I had nothing to give to him. And then I got jealous of my friends that were breastfeeding because they're pumping 6 ounces, 10 ounces, 13 ounces, and I'm over here like, yeah, I got 3 milliliters in a syringe. But I had to check myself. It was one of those, it's not you, it's me. I need to get over myself and realize that it happens. And, you roll with the punches and you adapt. And he was healthy once he went to his, a couple of days after he was out after labor, after he was born, a couple of days he saw the pediatrician, and at his 2-week appointment he saw his pediatrician, and he was like, he is a happy, healthy boy, actually really advanced for his age, and he's not showing any signs of any malnutrition or anything, so you have nothing to worry about. And so that put me at ease. I still was butthurt that I couldn't breastfeed, so I just had to get past that. I'm past it now. Sometimes it still a little bit hurts, you go to your friend's house and they're breast pumping or whatever, and I'm just like, whatever. It's cool. He's happy. He's healthy. Stop tripping. He's over there talking. But it's fine. And I say all of this to say, if you are going through anything, get help. Ask for help, talk to somebody, even if it's just a friend, if you can't afford professionals or whatever. Like, talking to someone definitely helps when you're ready. Don't force yourself. Like I said, I isolated myself for a minute. I needed to meditate, woosah, check myself first before I say something to anybody else, and then like get professional opinions and everything. So it's a process. There's more than enough research, help, books, people, everything out there. We live in the age of technology, so there's something you can look into. What am I forgetting? Iceman. You gonna say hi? You over here talking. You gonna say hi? Say hi, Iceman. He's up this time. Say hi. You gonna smile? Yeah, you gonna smile for him. He's in his rocker from Four Moms. We're gonna do, I think the next video we're gonna do my favorite baby products that we got from our registry. I'll probably do top 5 or top 10. Y'all let me know what y'all want to see. Yeah, say I'm a happy baby. I'm a happy baby. Hey everybody. You're such a happy baby. Say you like my monster onesies? I got monsters on my feet. And I got a rocket ship on my bib. Yeah. Yeah. Hey everybody. I'm Iceman. Alright guys, so that's today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. By all means, I am not a professional. I'm just a person that has gone through some things and want to share it with you guys and let you know that you are not alone, because in this process you can definitely feel like that sometimes, regardless of how many people's around you. I can't talk. I blame it on having a baby. Blah, blah, blah. But no matter how many people are around you, it's still easy to feel lonely. And I want you to know you are not alone. I went through it. It's possible you go through it. And if you want help, there is help. Alrighty, guys. I will see you later. Until next time, remember, like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you